Net zero policies are making us poorer and colder. And this upcoming winter, we're going to have even bigger problems thanks to our idiotic politicians and the woke establishment who are listening to the likes of Extinction Rebellion and Just Stop Oil. Now, we don't even have to wait for Keir Starmer and the Labour Party to get into power to see what governance is going to be. Because even right now, we are having a situation where, in order to not really defend energy security in this country or energy independence, the globalists in charge are simply saying, well, in order to prevent a blackout, probably best to not really use energy. So you're going to have mini blackouts to avoid blackouts in the winter. The National Grid have decided to inform individuals and businesses to try to use less energy. And because they say if you use too much energy, then you won't be able to use it in the winter, even though it's the job of these guys and the government that we have to ensure that we have enough energy capacity. This is the latest graph and figures that we have from the National Grid, Britain's tight margin of error. So on the left-hand side, that bar with different colors, that's the available capacity. On the right-hand side is peak demand. Well, it's the demand of, obviously, the people in the country when it comes to energy consumption. So the black section is nuclear. That's the only little bit that we're using is nuclear. The big blue one, the darker one is oil, gas, and coal. And then the brighter, the blue one is renewables, and then you've got storage and other, then you got imports and everything else, right? Now, the problem with this is that we're not extracting shale gas. We are still not really utilizing the remaining coal. And we are not really going with the cleanest and safest and cheapest, actually, if you go with smaller reactors. Go nuclear. Right now, this is no longer the 20th century where you have to wait 10, 20 years to build a massive reactor with a lot of money and a lot of risk because of health and safety. No, we can now build multiple cheaper, safer, smaller reactors to ensure that we have the cleanest energy, which is nuclear. But again, extraction shale gas, if they do all this, then we don't even need to use to bring down consumption to avoid a winter blackout. It's a job of the establishment to ensure we have enough capacity. It's not our job. And this is the whole problem with the whole system. Because they're going with net zero plans, they are now telling us to use less energy. What if you were to create more energy yourself for the country? Now, Jake Rigg, the Director of Corporate Affairs at the National Grid Electricity System Operator, said to the Telegraph that we are particularly keen to engage industrial and commercial users of energy. The demand flexibility service was principally, not exclusively, but principally used by households last winter. And whilst we still very much wanted that to continue, we are really pushing to get industrial and commercial users, so both households and businesses, to not use energy. We will be working really closely with different industries to try and help them with that and make it as attractive as possible, particularly for businesses that obviously are struggling with energy costs as well. At least you can see that. It could be quite helpful from that point of view. Now, Richard Tice, the leader of Reform UK, came out to say, this is just more net zero lunacy. National Grid admits already that we will be short power next winter. So he's begging firm businesses to reduce use and reduce their output. Harder to grow a way out of crisis if firms and businesses be paid by taxpayer to do less. Net zero makes us poorer and colder. Net stupid. So using taxpayers' money to subsidize businesses to not use energy. So not using energy obviously will be bad for the consumer as well. At the same time, the consumers, who are also the taxpayers, will still be funding the businesses. I mean, I'm guessing these people, the grown-ups in the room, in the establishment, whether it's the National Grid, whether it's the Department for Net Zero and National Security, the Energy Security, and all these people, they get together in meeting rooms, right? They have meetings, and they have these ideas coming up, and they sign them off. Nobody sits there and says, maybe this is a stupid idea. Maybe this is not what people want in this country. Maybe we must protect national energy security and energy independence. No. Let's just get the expensive energy sources from foreign countries. Let's get our taxpayers to subsidize it even more. Let's listen to Greta Thunberg. And if you're Keir Starmer, let's listen to Just Stop Oil and just completely stop oil and gas production. Yeah, because wind and solar is just going to cover everything in this country forever. You're not even doing nuclear, let alone extracting shale gas, or even using existing oil and coal that we have. It's just complete lunacy. But again, the story was from The Telegraph, and the National Grid talked to The Telegraph. I'm still waiting to see whether Sky News or BBC News are going to be analysing it. I can assure you, probably tomorrow in the next couple of days, there will be a segment on BBC News, and they will be using it to spin the message to promote net zero and to attack individuals in this country who want energy. They're going to create a doom and gloomy scenario saying, well, energy capacity at its highest. We don't have enough oil. We don't have enough gas. So we must use less. Instead of saying we must actually become more energy independent, they're going to tell us to use less and use more of your money to pay the government. Absolute lunacy. Anyway, it's important to talk about this. Make sure to share the video. I'm Mahyar Tousi, and we are the media.